Hello everybody, today I got another Elementalist build for you today. We're going to start off talking about the changes in the most recent April 15th feature patch that made this build possible, and then we're going to go into the build itself, and last but not least, we will do gameplay and commentary of how this build works, and you will see it in action in this video. So let's start with the changes that made this build possible. One of the most important ones was the Celestial Amulet got a huge increase in stats, like a 25 or 30% increase in stats. It was really incredible. So that is now usable, and I think it's going to be used a lot. I find it really, really powerful. Next, Runes of Strength got changed. I didn't really use these before, but it was okay. But now it provides 45% might duration, and 7% damage while under the effects of might, plus about 3 stacks of might held up because of the number 4. So those are two very important changes. Another important change, Signet of Restoration got a gigantic increase in healing. It was reduced to like 170 before, but now as you can see it's at 255 per cast, with a similar amount of healing power. So it got a huge increase in healing, and it was already a strong healing skill. Not as good as Ether Renewal because of the reduced healing, but still strong. And Armor of Earth. The cooldown got reduced from a base 90 seconds to a base 75 seconds, I think. So it's not an incredible change, but it's definitely worth using. I used it before and it was strong, and now it's even stronger. So we use it in our traits and in our skill bar as well. The Sigil of Doom got a 1 second increase. Not much of a change, but important. And there was lots of other runes that got changes and all sorts of other things, but most important are just those few differences. So let's get into the build. Why is this a good build? In the traits we have 4, 0, 2, 2, 6, or in the old format it would have been 20, 0, 10, 10, 30. We'll start with fire. We're running a lot of might. This is a might stacking build, so you're going to see one trend of stacking might throughout this entire thing. We have a cantrip here, a cantrip here, 2 cantrips here, and we have Spell Slinger, which grants us 3 stacks of might for 26 seconds every time you use a cantrip. This means that each one of these will hold up about 3 seconds or 3 stacks of might by themselves. So, or the cleansing fires will rather, and then Armor of Earth will hold up like 1.5 stacks of might, 1 to 1.5. This means that you're going to be getting a lot of might from these 4 cantrips, but cantrips by themselves are also very powerful. So we have 30% boon duration from this, and 45% here. That's even more might. That's 75% uptime on might. Lots and lots of might. You can easily get to 25 stacks in a 1v1 fight with this build. Other ways we supplement might. We have Sigil of Battle, as you saw before. 3 stacks of might, not for 20 seconds, but because of the 75% uptime, it's 35 seconds. This means that this sigil alone will keep up 9 stacks of might throughout a fight for you. We also have Fire Shield here on our offhand focus, which every time you're hit per target, you will get 1 stack of might. So if there's 2 people attacking you, that will easily get you 10 stacks of might by itself. Then you also have, if you put down a fire field, you have a leap finisher on Magnetic Leap. That'll get you another fire shield for 5 seconds, which is another 10 stacks of might, each of them lasting 17.5 seconds. Yeah, 17.5 seconds. So that's a lot of might just for having the focus. And you can do this with Dagger, but you won't have the fire shield, so it's not quite as effective. Other reasons we use the focus are Obsidian Flesh and Magnetic Wave. This is incredible for surviving, and this is great for Condi Clear and Cripple and Blast Finisher and Reflects Projectiles. And does damage. There's nothing it doesn't do, actually. It's the best ability the Elementalist has. I have no idea why it's not nerfed, but it's incredibly good. It's the saving grace of the focus, along with this fire shield. So let's look back at the build real quick and go through each trait. Cleansing Fire here, Spell Slinger, Armor of Earth here, Reduce Recharge on cantrips, very important, Renewing Stamina, Vigor on crit. We do have 25% crit chance and a decent Fury uptime because of Arcane Fury, so we're going to be keeping that up easily. Elemental Attunement, one of the strongest traits the Elementalist has by far, and Evasive Arcana. This is really important. As you can see, Flame Burst is an AoE 6-second burn. That is really strong. Every 10 seconds, you can inflict burning for 6 seconds on your dodge roll. Or you can heal yourself and your allies for 1800 and remove a condition. Or you can inflict blindness, not that strong. I don't really use it for that. Or you can inflict 24 seconds of AoE bleeding and a blast finisher. In other words, Evasive Arcana is still an incredibly strong trait. And when you put it right next to the other incredibly strong trait, you get a really, really powerful trait line. So this build uses that. So that's basically it for the build, and now I'll let you watch duels and gameplay to see it in action, and I'll do a bit more explaining there, such as why we use this and so forth, how it works. Let's get started. This is a quick duel versus a glass cannon elementalist. I start off, put a lot of pressure on him, turn invincible so he can't burst me down quick, and by the time it's up, he's just taken too much damage that he has to play defensive, and he can't burst me at all. So, with a little sustain and some invincibility and interrupts, I take him down. This is a somewhat longer duel with a thief who is running in shadow arts for Condi Clear and stealth. He's trying to counter my conditions, as his other build was not effective. So I open up, put as much damage as I can, put a lot of protection on myself using Armor of Earth, and just wait for him to run out. This is a battle of attrition here. I'm just going to have to keep putting damage onto him, putting damage in until my healing outdoes his healing, and I can just whittle him down slowly. As you can see, he's starting to play defensive now. He's taken a lot of damage, and I'm still at full health. He pops Shadow Refuge to reset the fight. And now all his condis are gone, so start from the beginning. He gets a good backstab, puts a lot of damage on me, but he doesn't have anything to follow it up. I have to get out of his blind field there. Now my Ellie is down, my Earth Ellie, or Water Ellie. But he doesn't have Shadow Refuge anymore, so he can't stay stealth for long, but he's trying. He's trying to get the conditions off of him and stay stealthed. Now he's just straight up running. He feels he has enough health to engage again. I stun him, interrupt him. And as you can see, he just can't play aggressive against me. I do too much damage without even trying. And the Condi. This is a 2v2 mid-fight. Right here, I see the Necro coming up behind, so I'm waiting to engage. I don't want to fly in there and get attacked by both of them while the warrior sits on the point. So the Necro comes in, I engage on him, dodges marks, and I'm trying to just put as much pressure on him as I can because I notice they're focusing my warrior. Damage, interrupts, everything I got. Throw it all on him. And he's starting to get low. I expect very soon that he'll go down, so I pop my invulnerability, but he doesn't quite go down as fast and it's off. So we get him down. As you can see, I'm at 25 stacks of might without even blasting fire. And it just sits there at 25 stacks this whole time. So very soon into a fight, I can get up to 25 stacks and just stay there. We drop the NG quickly after and the fight's over. This is a bit of a longer fight that I want to use to explain a couple things about the Elementalist. First off is the Glyph of Power that I'm using, Glyph of Elemental Power. I pop it in Fire Attunement, and as you can see, while I'm in air, I apply Burning to him. So no matter what attunement I'm in, every 5 seconds, I'm going to apply Burning. it's really, really powerful because they just can't get the burning off of them, and it does so much damage when you're stacking might. It's crazy. Also, I'm using Lightning Flash, another cantrip. You can switch it out with Cleansing Fire. Both of them work great. It just depends on if you got to deal with conditions or if you got to deal with high power damage, because Lightning Flash is a great way to get away and escape or to put more burst damage on. And as Warrior comes in, it becomes a 2v1. But then a Guardian on my team shows up and it's a 2v2. So I'm just trying to survive right now. I've taken a lot of damage, and I've got conditions on me, no condition clear, and no defensive cooldowns up. I hit my invulnerability, but it's too late as the burning gets me anyway. So that's it. So thank you for watching, and I will be doing several more Elementalist structured PvP builds, but I believe this one will be a very strong meta build. Thanks again. Bye-bye.